Today we're going to be joined by a fantastic guest on our show. Somebody you'll be very, very inspired by. I hope so, because he definitely is that kind of material. A very young guy. Don't go by his looks. He's achieved a lot more at a very young age that many of us aspire to achieve. And of course, at the same time, he's a fun guy to be with. So, Junaid, thank you for joining us. Sham, hi. Panchalinga Swami, what like to take interview? How do I contact? What like to take interview? How do I contact? Panchalinga Swami, personal message me. Okay, message Madi personal lagi, then we'll figure out how we can do this. Alright, if you want to take my interview or whatever, we'll do that. Not an issue, no big deal. Punya, thank you for joining. Punya, a young budding talent. Punya, MC Punya, she joined us here on the show. Yes, Ashwati, hi Ashwati. Abdul Aziz Khan, yes, hi, how are you? Thank you for joining us. My big brother, Hares Dharmender, one of the backbones behind a lovely, lovely team, Gillies. He's joining us live here, and I owe to him, for my formative years. He's more than a brother, a family to me. So thank you so much. A lot of love to you, Big B. And Pranay, thank you for joining. Pranay Murli, Nashwati, all these people are from Imagination Sync, one of the best event and experiential marketing industry. They're good human beings, all of these people, lovely human beings. You should get to know them as well. I wish I could do one show for them, right? Shaz Shal, how are you? Shaz Shal. Vinu, thank you for joining us. Yes. And a lot of you joining us. Bjorn is joined us here. Bjorn from Wings. Warm welcome to you, brother. Manoj Wanda, thank you for joining. Nilufar Rizwan. Hi, Nilufar Rizwan. How are you? Good to see you joining as well. Darshan from Imagination Inc. has joined us. A fun guy. You will get to know him as well. Maybe when we eventually do this show live amongst everybody. A select few invitees who can join us for the show. That time we'll get to know these people. Revati Shettigar, thank you for joining us. Revati Shettigar, as usual, I count on you, and you have not disappointed me today as well. So thank you for joining us here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, to give you a little gist, just in case you missed out as to who the guest is today, somebody who is the winner of the Young Entrepreneur of the Year award from Times of India, not once, but twice. Somebody who is also a blitzkrieger when it comes to senior living care. Somebody who's a trailblazer when it comes to his adventure travel. Somebody who's also a germaphobe. Germaphobe. If you don't know what it is as of now, you should be doing, you should open the dictionary and figure out what germaphobe is. Germaphobe is somebody who's got a fear of germs, somebody who thinks there are germs everywhere. Yeah. So, not maybe to that extent, but yes, he's a germaphobe from his self-admission. We're going to know about him in just a little while. But that's not what we're going to talk about only. We're going to talk a lot of things that will interest you for sure. So stick on with us. NB Hakta. Hi Riaz, the big boss. Hi Fazil. How are you? Good to see you here. Tanaz Bandukwala. Thank you for joining us here, Tanaz. Good wishes to you and your family. May you be taken care of well by God, the Almighty. And who else is joining us here? Aishwarya, thank you for joining us. And so many of you. Harsha Apanand. Kevin Johnny, thank you for joining, Kevin Johnny. Really appreciate you joining us from the Wizcraft, the man with the master plan. This guy, Kevin Johnny, young gun, doing really well. So good to see you here as well. So a lot of you people joining us here. In just a bit, we're going to have the man of the hour. The man of the hour. The one and only Mr. Adarsh Narhari joining us here. But this is from an undisclosed location. What I've done, ladies and gentlemen, is, I've tried different corners of my home. Things didn't go well. So I've hijacked my son's room. Yes, I'm that guy who can hijack his son's room. And where I'm sitting right now is a bunker bed. And, we all have our own escapades, right? This is sort of my escapade right now for doing my live. Right, and I hope it comes good because I'm getting my son's blessings as well now. Yeah, okay, great. Kevin, hey, good to see you too here, Kevin. Pawan Singh, how are you, Pawan Singh? Good to see you. Payal Gupta joining us here, thank you. Gitsu says, nice setup. That coming from a good photographer means that I've done a decent job. I've done a jugaad kind of thing, and I need to thank my niece, Safa Mariam, who lent her tripod but didn't have the mount on it, and I used a half broken mount from another selfie monopod of mine, and I fixed it, I mixed it. I also have some jugaad setup done just to show you behind. This is a step ladder for my lighting, and I've not used, because I've got good natural lighting today, I've not used the lighting on, but I've done some LED lighting setup. I'm going to show you that some other time. So jugaad is something Indians are known for. We'll use that, we'll do that. I'm going to show you a video of how you can set yourself up real quick as well. Okay, so here's what we're going to be doing, okay? I'm going to try and bring Adarsh onto the show. Looks like he's on the show right now. He's joined us here. So let me quickly figure if he's here. Adarsh, I think Adarsh is here with us. So I'm going to be bringing you onto the show, ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour on my show at Fabulous at 4. Ladies and gentlemen, before I bring him on, okay, let's give the shout out to Imagination Inc., the people who are presenting this show along with my team RB, and as well people who are ably supporting us, Exhort Digital. Big thanks to all you guys out there. You should check out Imagination Inc. They're one of the best event and experiential marketing agencies in a very short span of time. Won awards as well. A lot of them talk about, and of course their clients eat out of their hands. Yeah, so you should just definitely check out Tony and team from Imagination Inc. They do fantastic work. And at the same time now, it's time for me to also bring on our show Adarsh Narahari. So let me add him here real quick. Adarsh, hopefully you're going to be joining us now. Ramya Praju Devraj. Ramya, hi. Thank you for joining us here. Adarsh,
hi, Riaz. Hi. I have to take some tips from you, Riaz. Normally, my son is the one who terrorizes me. I don't know how you occupied his room. I get the room that my son allows me to use. Very rarely do I get.
I tell you what. So I'm blessed because at these COVID times, my son is just 1 year old, so he does not know how to do that yet. Okay, so his mom is like doing the multitasking. Yeah, so I can understand. I'm going to get there soon because I hope this gets away soon. But otherwise, if this is going to be the new norm, then I'm going to be stepping into your shoes, and I'm going to do something like what you're doing right now. I'm going to have to beg for his mercy. I'm going to quickly patch up my earphone because this is the new coming up. So I may not be able to hear you clearly. I hope you're able to hear me clearly. Adarsh, are you able to hear me clearly?
Yes. I'm able to hear you clearly.
Great. So yes, I have switched this on, so now I can hear you. Can you hear me better now with this?
Yes. More now deep and powerful.
Deep and powerful. Let me make it more baritone. Hello, Adarsh. How are you doing? Adarsh from Primus Life Spaces. No. I don't want to do that. Okay, Amit Ji. Okay, so welcome to my show. First of all, it's Fabulous at 4. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you tuning in new to our show, Fabulous at 4 is one show that celebrates trailblazers who leave an indelible mark on the minds of connoisseurs, on the audiences, with their sheer craft, the dedication, their passion to what they do. And these are people who we want to celebrate. They're from different walks of life. They're from different quarters. They're not from just one industry. So if you know, we featured CXO, like Sanjay Muju from HPE, Point Next Services Global Delivery Team. He's the vice president there. We featured Rohan Bopanna, Arjuna Awardee, India's ace tennis star. Who does not know Rohan Bopanna? Yeah, we featured him. We featured Usma Irfan from Prestige Constructions, an epitome of humanity, somebody who is doing so fabulously well. Apart from the group doing well, she's an epitome of kindness, grace, and things. We had her feature on our show. And after that, we also featured a lovely it couple from Bollywood. They are the leading support cast in every big Bollywood blockbuster. Okay, you talk about Airlift, you talk about Dil Dhadakne Do, you talk about so many movies. We had on our show Aisha Raza Mishra and Kumud Mishra, right? And after that, my 5th episode features this one amazing guy who you will never find at any grocery store queue. You will never find him at a supermarket queue. You will never find him at a barber store, barber shop or a salon currently these times, because guess what? He's a germaphobe. So there's no chance you'll find him there. I'm talking about this young gun, the managing director of Primus Senior Care, ladies and gentlemen, Adarsh Narahari. So Adarsh, how are you managing? Are you out of sanitizers first of all?
No. Luckily for me, I bought all my thermal guns and sanitizers when it was cheap, because I always had those things with me.
So you're the pioneer in also using sanitizers. You've been using them for a long time, I suppose, because you're a germaphobe. When you're a germaphobe, obviously you have the fear of germs. For those of you who don't know what a germaphobe is, ladies and gentlemen, it is fear of germs, right? So if you check into a hotel, if you go to any place, you would want to, or even at your own home, you might want to, even though it's dusted completely, clean, dusted, and it's looking spick and span, you just want to still lift up that pillow and figure out if there are any germs. Do you have that kind of are you that extreme with your germophobia? Or how does it work?
I'm not that extreme, luckily, but I hate like doorknobs and toilet doorknobs, especially if I'm in a hotel or a restaurant. I'm waiting for another person to come and open the door because I don't want to touch it. So those kind of things. And my friends always make fun of me that you like the sanitizer with 65% alcohol. We prefer a single malt beer with 4 to 10% alcohol.
Okay. Okay, so you know what? You're not the only you're not the only one. From your side, I apparently there is an echo that we can hear from your end. Okay, so I don't know how this works. Maybe you can you try doing it without the headphones?
Disconnect the headphones.
Yes, maybe you can try. Yeah, yeah. Everybody says there's an echo. Yes. Hey, Adarsh, how is credibility important to you? Yeah, Pawan, hold on to your questions, Pawan. Don't steal my thunder yet. Okay, so Pawan Singh, hold on to your question. We're going to have a Q&A session open for you guys where you can ask your questions, and please write them down, guys. Imagination Inc., you make a note of these questions and you can bring them back in case Pawan decides not to retype that question. Okay, but yes, I tell you what, coming back to germophobia. Okay, even I do that. You know, not so much to that extreme that I carry sanitizers always, but yes, when I go to a loo, specifically in a public loo, I wait for somebody else to open the door so I can get out without touching it. That much I do. Yeah. So that apart, yes, of course, you know, when you check into a hotel, what do? You just look at the pillow first, you tilt the pillows around just to see if it's clean or not. That much, yeah, basic I do. But yes, COVID times, the mother of all germs, coronavirus. How are you dealing with it right now?
So for me, more than dealing with myself, I have to adapt to dealing with it for our residents, because we are for another village. So that has been very exciting and challenging. So you know we have kind of split up wow, and they have a full like all medical staff, our event team, everybody moved in, we locked them up, we kept.
Hold on, Adarsh. I think there's an audio problem at your end even now. Okay, people can't just hear you clearly. Okay, so they're saying can't hear Adarsh, because if they can't hear Adarsh, then this interview is not good. Okay, so no, keep it back. I think just put the headphones back again. Okay, we'll try this. Okay, put the headphones back again, but keep the headphone playback volume at low. Maybe because the speaker is like coming back. Yeah. Because of echo. Try doing the live. We can try redoing the live. We can hear. Yeah, now we can hear you better.
Hi, sorry guys.
I can hear you at least for sure.
Is it better?
Guys, can we manage with this? Can you now hear Adarsh? Yeah, Samira, hi. Thank you for joining us, Samira. She says it's echoing. Okay, but now can we join us? Give a thumbs up if you can hear him.
Log out and log back in.
It's persistent, they say. Okay, you know what? Log off, and I'm going to bring you back again here. So guys, stick with me. Don't go anywhere because I'm going to bring back Adarsh again here. Okay, so can you do it without a Bluetooth headset? Maybe do you have like a wired one?
Yeah.
I
have a wired one.
Try a wired one. Yeah, get a wired one. Yeah, simple. Right? Okay, so Adarsh is logging off right now. I'm going to have to bring him back again here live on my show. So guys, stick on with me. How are you guys doing? Anyone else in the room with Adarsh with Insta open? No, they're not. I think Adarsh, you need to figure out if there's anybody else in your room with your Insta open right now. Okay? Because if their sound is actually playing back from two different instruments, maybe that also can echo. So that's a good point, Punita. Okay? Okay. Adarsh is going to come back again, and Adarsh is definitely going to speak in just a bit. Neha Pujari, thank you for joining us here. There's so many of you joining us. A lot of love to you guys. Hopefully, we're going to do one live where we're just going to talk heart to heart. Ask me anything live. I'm going to bring that soon. Okay? So thank you, Samira, for having waited for me to come on the show. Thank you, Al-Kubar, for joining us here as usual. Thank you, all of you guys. I love you guys, each and every one of you. This, like I said, is my son's room, son's playroom, and this is where we put him to sleep. So I'm here. Arvi, you're the host for HPE. Yes, Pawan Singh, I'm the host for HPE. Fortunately, for some of the events, I've hosted them, and I'd love to come and host it for you guys again, back again. Toeb, thank you for joining, Toeb. Thank you for joining us here. You know, some of the good friends never let go of my hand. They always join me at every episode, and Toeb is one of them. And I'm happy Toeb joined us here today. So stick around with us. Adarsh is going to be here in just a bit as he figures out his, headphone, his earphone. I'm going to talk to you guys. Type and tell me how you guys doing. How you guys doing currently? You know, 45 days, literally 45 days have passed so far, right? So what have you guys been up to? Type some of the incredible things that you're doing. Maybe I can talk about you guys. Giving 2 more minutes to Adarsh to figure out his headphones. And after 2 minutes, I'm going to bring back on the show. So type right now and tell me what you guys are doing. What has kept you sane so far? You know, because some of us can, of course, reach that borderline insanity. So far, so good. God's been really kind, and I've been keeping myself okay. So, Pawan Singh, no liquor. You've kept away from liquor. That's great. That's fantastic. But you know, just like how it was for day one when we got to know that the lockdown is going to be enforced upon, a lot of us rush towards the supermarkets to stock up on groceries. You know what people are going to do from tomorrow, right? And I don't want them to do it. But of course, people who love liquor, they're going to do that. But hopefully they don't, and hopefully they maintain social distance, and hopefully they leave one away for the next person as well, taking care that somebody else also gets something. Sharing is scary, but I hope they don't, go pouncing on the liquor stores. Okay. Mohida Begum, my mother-in-law says, okay, you're crisp and smart this time around. This is SK. Oh, you know what? That's my brother-in-law from my mother-in-law's account. How cool is that? Yeah, thank you so much, Ayya, for joining us. Finally, I have the pleasure of having family joining me on my show. And family, when I say, I mean Big D joining us on the show. Thank you so much. I think you can give tips on anchoring until he joins. Fazil, okay, tips on anchoring. I tell you what, there's no big tip I can give you. Just go with your gut. Don't be fearless, okay? Sometimes you have the fear of facing the audience. All you have to do is just face them. Face them, and you know that once you face them, you can face them again. You can face them again and again and again. And 5 or 10 shows down the lane, you're super confident. That's all it requires. I can't give you more tips than this, just to face the audience and brave it. If you falter, if you fail, you will learn from the mistakes, but don't stop yourself. Okay, Tueb is asking, how's Zohan? Zohan is growing out to be a fine young boy. I'm amazed sometimes with his maturity. First 6 to 8 months, I thought this kid is going to be nothing but very mischievous, but then he bowls me out sometimes with his maturity, his kindness. And, I'm going to have to produce another show just to talk about him. I'm going to have to produce another live just to talk about him, and we'll do that soon, okay? Because he's the apple of not just mine, but my wife's eyes as well. And both of us are blessed to have Zohan Riaz in our lives. He's just 1 year and almost 2 months. He's going to be on the 12th this month. He's going to be completing 2 months. And so, mashallah. Okay, and Uzma Irfan, thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. We were just talking about you, about how you're the epitome of kindness and grace. Thank you for joining us here. Okay, how to stay positive and calm right now in this quarantining. Just continue doing what you're doing, which is keeping your calmness with yourself and also spreading positivity. When you can smile in life's adversity, that's when you are a better human being. Smile. Learn to smile and learn to be good to your fellow inmates. I'm talking about your housemates, your family mates. Yeah, because they are the ones who will stick by you through your thick and thin. So stick by them, stick through with them, and be good to them as well. Okay. So now I'm going to try and get Adarsh Narahari. I hope he's figured out his headphones. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you fasting? Pawan Singh, yes. Alhamdulillah, I am fasting. Yes. Here we are joined back by Adarsh Narahari. Adarsh, thank you so much for coming back on my show. Fabulous at 4. You are fabulous, and therefore I have you on my show. So now, sound check.
I hope old school is much better. Old school better?
Old school is better at the moment. Yes, we can hear you.
I think there is echo, yeah.
There is echo for you? It's shocking.
As long as the rest of you can hear.
Yeah, so Rajesh, thank you for joining us. Rajesh is here. Riaz, what's up? Super excited and geared up for today. Samira says, yes, they're all super excited to hear you, Adarsh. Okay, and good to have you here. Guys, give us a thumbs up if you can hear Adarsh Narahari right now. Adarsh, say twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. I mean, just say something like that. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Twinkle, twinkle, so little star.
Continue.
Sound check, I hope I'm clear. There's no echo.
Okay, guys, give us a thumbs up. Come on, you guys. Just feed us back with some information. They said no. Okay, Tony lovely. Says no. Okay, we can hear you twice. Uzma says she can hear you twice.
I said twinkle twice.
Abhilash Mathew, thank you for joining us. Echo is still there. But can we hear him? Can you hear him at least? Forget the echo. Can you hear him? Because otherwise this is going to be a futile exercise. Yeah. So they're giving thumbs up. They're saying that they can hear you. Okay. But hope there is nobody in your hopefully there's nobody in your room with another Instagram live, or there isn't anybody else. Yeah. Okay, Tony, some of them giving thumbs up that they can hear, some of them saying there's still an echo, but we're going to manage with this. Okay, so as long as I can hear you, you can hear me, and my team can just produce it. They said we can hear him. Yeah, they're saying Harsha Panand, they say they can hear him. Okay, still echoing, but Piali Gupta, everybody's there, good to go. Okay, you know what, good to go, let's go, let's roll with it, guys. And I was saying this guy out here, Adarsh Narahari, a very, very young entrepreneur. He's a winner of the Young Entrepreneur of the Year from Times of India, not just one, but twice. And he's also a humanitarian. He's also won awards at the Asia level as well. There's a lot of accolades for his team, Primus Life Spaces. And Primus Senior Care is where his calling was. That's where he found his calling finally. And he's doing it really well. And I want to know more about him from him. Okay, so my first question to you, Adarsh Narahari, how are you dealing with the isolation times right now, personally?
So for like I told you, since we take care of elders, I we are super busy. We are busier than we have been when there was no lockdown. So we had to put in all the new systems and processes in place, lock our community completely from people from outside, move in staff who were living in the neighborhood or were living in Bangalore. So we have been very, very busy. And thankfully for us, we have been able to contain it. So we have been doing tons of things. For example, some simple things are like only appoint 3 people to step out. They go to the nearest metro, they bring the groceries. Then there is a way in which they have to get in. The vegetables have to be washed in vinegar. All of the people who are working for me, the doctor checks daily their respiration. On a daily basis, their temperature is recorded. All our residents, their temperature is recorded on a daily basis. Our restaurant from a 6-seater per table has now become 2-seater per table. All our activities are now done in the open with social distancing, which was otherwise in an air-conditioned area. So there's been tons of things. We have been sanitizing common areas. There's new protocols for just about everything, from our clubhouse to the games room to the restaurant to the medical center. And it's been a very exciting time. And we get, the residents give us so much blessings now because they talk to their friends and their family who are living outside, and they're not, unfortunately, they're not able to get medication, essentials. So life has become so difficult for elders. And relatively, we have managed to cocoon them within the confines of a community. And it's been hard, but it's been very satisfying.
Oh, it's fantastic. You know what? Especially elder care. Man, these are the people who, God forbid, could get affected fastest during these COVID times.
Absolutely.
And you are sitting on a ticking time bomb, and you're still managing to keep a hold fort and keep everybody happy, safe, and in their sanity, because also their friends, their families could get worried. People who live away from them, especially abroad, because senior care, especially this segment of people, of course, are the people who are living the luxurious life with a 3-star or 4-star kind of a facility that you may be providing to them with the concierge and whatnot. I'm going to know more about it from you, but they, just a word of surety that we are all well taken care of means so much, and you doing it for them, risking it all, hats off to you. I don't know how you're doing it, but hats off. If you just have one elderly person at home, our hearts beat so much. Like if we start worrying, I hope nothing happens to my father, nothing happens to my mother. We think so much about our own parents sitting in our own rooms, right? And here you are with hundreds of seniors living at your community, and you're taking care of them. Everything has to be micromanaged. You're doing it so well. So kudos to you. I think you need to be given an award only for this during COVID times. Special award for you only during COVID times.
It's our job. It's our duty.
Yeah, you're taking care of seniors, okay? But tell me the curious case of Adarsh Narahari. How old are you?
I'm over 36.
That is why I use the phrase "the curious case of Adarsh Narahari," because you don't look like you're 36. Your voice and your face, you look like you're some 27, 28-year-old kid. Yeah. So
thanks.
What do you attribute these to?
So I get a lot of love like that.
Yeah, awesome. A blessed boy. Good to have you on our show. Okay, but tell me this: why senior living? Why did you choose senior living?
It's interesting that you asked me that question. So I'll tell you how this whole thing kind of came about. So my grandmom, she's not with us anymore, but when she was with us, this was in 13 or 14. So she has 11 siblings. Right? India has 130 crore people for a reason. So one of these days, whenever her sisters visit, right, her sisters have children, all of them are in the US or UK or in different parts of India. So whenever they used to come home, they'll be like, Ninige Namma, what for you? You have son, you have grandson. What about us? My children are calling me to US. They're saying they have something special here called retirement community. I don't want to go there, it's cold, I don't have friends. So that's the first time my grandmom called me to her room, and she's like, hey, you keep saying you want to do something different and something that has a good social impact. Why don't you do something for my sisters? That was the first time I actually went back to my room and I googled old age home America, because I didn't even know that it was an industry. It's such an established business all around the world, and that's what inspired me to start it. And every time,
Fantastic, fantastic.
a resident gives me some kind of feedback, I always think of my grandmother and say that she was the one who actually inspired me to start this.
Brilliant, brilliant, very good. I'm happy to hear that your grandmom inspired you, and all her sisters actually inspired you as well, your grand aunts. Okay, so good to see that. That actually kind of summed up the questions that Mr. Sajid Khan, my brother-in-law, was asking as well. He was asking Adarsh, what inspired you to get into this kind of venture? He just answered your question, Bhaiya. Okay, but at a time, ladies and gentlemen, when elders are struggling to fend for themselves, rich or poor, doesn't make a difference. You are like a fantasy to them. You are like a genie to them. You are making things happen to them at the call of a button. You have a concierge, I'm sure. You have so many things. You have food at their disposal. You have medical aid at their disposal. You've got courier. You've got everything that they want. Medical attention, everything. So tell us more. What all do you do at your senior living communities?
So basically, Riaz, we are like a 3 or 4-star hotel with medical care.
Okay.
So what you would typically find in a 4-star hotel in terms of common areas, in terms of the dining, in terms of various activities, indoor and outdoor amenities, like any luxury apartment, we give all of that. But let me tell you, what really makes us different is the community and the kind of people who are there. So we have people from very successful backgrounds, highly educated people, and they all love it that they have so much in common to share. And since we are taking away all the boring things like cleaning a house, or worrying about dealing with maids, or worrying about whether the groceries are bought or the medicines are bought, since we are taking care of all of these things, they go back to the things that they love. They're taking up music, they're taking up art, they're taking up teaching online, people are learning French. It's amazing the kind of things they do when you take away all the boring things that they really don't want to be doing.
Wow,
and the other most
fantastic.
important thing I'll tell you is, in the medical side, see, in India, we have a bad habit of spending a lot of money after it's very late. Like if a loved one in our family has a bad knee, we'll go to Apollo and say, we got a knee surgery, 2 lakh rupees, best knee I've got for my parent, I'm the best child. Unfortunately, nobody's asking, hey, why did the knee go bad? Why was the physiotherapist not around much before it went bad so that you wouldn't need this silly surgery? That's what we do actually at a retirement community. We are preventive. We don't wait for things to go bad and then we worry, oh shit, let's go take him to this hospital or that hospital. That's how it's very different. Everything in the medical side is preventive.
You spoke something which actually I'm sure is opening up the eyes and ears of a lot of youngsters who are tuned into the show at the moment, and I hope they take this back with them. Prevention is better than cure, and what Primus Senior Care is doing is preventing something major that could otherwise actually be the only resort for you, right? Which is surgery.
Absolutely.
So that's one of the things that you're doing. But what kind of fun activities are you planning for all of these seniors over there? Because senior living, I'm sure you need to keep them engaged and keep them happy in their spirits as well. So there's a different kind of fun element that you want to bring in, right? So what kind of fun activities do you plan?
Oh, we have lots of activities. So every day there'll be at least 4 activities. So we'll have minute-to-minute games, we'll have Antakshari, we'll have debate about the news, we'll have political views being aired between parties. We have a cards room, there is Rummy, there is Teen Patri betting, we have 4 books with all the betting entries and no money ever changes hands. But it's all there. And people get their grandkids to come and participate in singing competitions, dancing competitions. Our staff perform for our customers, for our residents. So there's tons of activities happening throughout the day, and that's what really makes it different.
Brilliant. If you look at the number of clubs there are around the city, and the amount of waiting one has to do to just get into those clubs. Some of the clubs have like a 20-year wait list, right? 10-year wait list. Some of the good ones I'm talking about, right? Yeah. Why do people want to go to these clubs? Is because they want to be able to meet their friends who come there daily. Same kind of people. तो कल तो ताश खेलने क्यों नहीं आया? One of these questions, right, to their friends. They kind of gel with them, camaraderie and all of that. So the card room, the billiards room, to each their own, all their interests, okay, tennis, whatever they want to do. You are giving them all of this in one campus, right? And their own friends, they're going to retire with. Fabulous, amazing, yeah. But I'm sure there is a price tag to this, okay? How much does it cost? How much does it cost? How expensive is it? What's the minimum one needs to pay to get through your club? or get to be a part
This
of
is
your
what
community?
I want to clarify. You already used the word expensive, so I'm forced to tell you it's much cheaper than living in your own house.
Really?
So for us, if you're a couple, husband and wife, other than the food, it costs just 8,000 rupees to get medical, housekeeping, events, concierge, and all the common area facilities, cleaning, management, so on and so forth. Even with the food, it will be 25,000 rupees for 2 people per month. Everything is taken care, medical, food, 3 times of food, early morning tea, coffee, midday snack, high tea, late night juice or milk. We take care of all of that.
Wow, amazing. You know, there are people who are coming up with interesting questions.
I would believe
Aishwarya
that it is
Nityananda asks, can you narrate a few memorable experiences with the residents which have given you immense satisfaction? We'll park that question to the end. Yeah, so I'm going to come back to that question, Aishwarya. Thank you for that question. Okay, you were saying something, Adarsh. I believe you were saying something.
Yeah. No. So that is what I was pretty much saying, that if somebody sits and adds up what they spend today in their house, and especially at the indirect cost, I am sure it will add up to much more than 25,000.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's like it's amazing pricing considering given the luxuries that come with it. 25,000 bucks for 2 people with all their medical things taken care of, all the concierge service taken care of, food taken care of thrice in a day, fun activities taken care of. You have resort living. Yeah, so you know that much of money for 2 people is spent on a weekend. If you go to if you do like a three nights kind of a stay at a 5-star hotel or a 4-star hotel with the food bills and everything, that is the amount you actually usually spend. Okay, but tell me this: how good is the return on investment if a youngster actually puts in money for their elders? You know, if they, you know, when I was in Mumbai, I didn't have a home for myself here. So what I did was I took a 2-bedroom house for my parents to stay while I was in Mumbai at an apartment at a lesser known builder, thinking that there is security for them with a security guard right below my flat because it was a road facing flat. And of course, he could stop a rickshaw for them whenever they had to step outside. He could, run some small errands for them, or, get the grocery guys to, send some water. All of these kind of things. I thought an apartment living will be good for them. And that's what that gave me satisfaction somewhere when I was working, some kind of peace to me that, hey, listen, I'm working in Mumbai, but my family's at least taken care of. My parents are taken care of, right? But when I had to eventually sell out that place, for us to move into a different place, that didn't give me enough returns. That gave me negative returns. In fact, the lesser known builder's flat gave me negative returns considering I had paid a huge amount of money in loan, right? So how good is this as a two-way win-win situation for youngsters who can put money for a retirement home for themselves maybe, or for their elders if they want to house them here while they are busy working in other cities? And how good is it as an investment as a return on investment point of view for them?
Oh, that's an important question that you asked. So here anybody can own the house just like a typical apartment. You can buy it, your parents can buy it. If your child was old enough, even he could buy it. So the key thing here is it typically sells at a 10% premium compared to a regular apartment because of the unique nature of the offering. And because the supply is not there, there's a price premium, so it's much easier to sell it. And here is the kicker. It in fact rents at a 30% premium compared to the neighborhood. So like Brigade Meadows is opposite to our project. Like a 2-bedroom house in Brigade Meadows to rent is about 18,000. But in my community it's 25,000. Everything else is same. It's opposite sides of the same road. It's just because there's more demand for something like what we offer. So it's a great investment, both to buy it for appreciation, to rent it for return. It works both ways. More than anything, your parents will be most thankful for bringing you into this earth.
Wow. what a ending line. It is a thappa, it is a stamp that you gave, saying that, जो अपने माता पिता का ख्याल रखेगा इस तरीके से वो जन्नत ही जाएगा, So that's all good, but yeah, but you have a specific age group for people to stay in your community, or anybody, even youngsters who can come, who might want to come and live in that community can live, or is there like a entry level cutoff that you have for age group?
So we only have one requirement, that at least one person in the house has to be above 55. They can stay with their children, it can be a joint family, we're okay with that, but there has to be one elder in the house.
One elder in the house.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And what is the ticket size normally for you to purchase? What does it start from? from any of
So
your
we
projects?
started around 55 lakhs and go up to 85 lakhs depending on the size of the unit. 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and 3 bedroom.
Okay, great. Okay, good. Then I think there's enough info coming out for you guys over there. Okay, so at these COVID times, of course, you're taking care of your elders at your communities, yes. But are you also doing something for those who are who are not in that segment and generally the elders in the society currently? Are you also doing something for them?
So what we did on 22nd March when the lockdown was announced, we felt that we had a duty to help the elders in Bangalore. So we launched a helpline for free deliveries for any elder who was not living with their parents. So we get about 250 requests every day. So everybody in my team has become a delivery boy, and we have been able to service them.
Brilliant. I also heard you got the MP of South Bangalore, Tejasvi Surya, to come out to one of your communities, yeah? And you all gave a sizable donation that was collected from everybody together from the community. Yeah? What was the amount and what did you all do? I mean, give us... Yeah.
So when we explained to the residents that this is, we are trying to do this, helping seniors all around Bangalore, they felt it's their duty to contribute and they had the ability to contribute. So they suggested that why don't we do it along with a member of the public, and they chose and we suggested and they chose Tejasvi Surya because he was doing a task force for the seniors in Bangalore and he was doing specifically for seniors. So we donated for that cause, and it helped a lot of people who couldn't get essentials, medicines, groceries, go for dialysis. There's just so much of difficulty, and the small way that the residents of Primus have contributed, I hope it helped them.
Hopefully, and बहुत सारा आशीर्वाद भी मिला होगा. सिक्कापट्टे आशीर्वाद सिक्किरಬಹುದು, ಅದು ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. So fantastic. But tell me this, okay? I'm sure you saw success in what you did, but I'm sure there was a lot of failures as well. So if you've experienced any failure, have you experienced any failures in your plans?
Of course.
What have you learned from that?
If you're an entrepreneur, you have to experience failure. It's part of the journey. So one of the things that didn't work is we actually tried to do something purely on lease for seniors because we felt why should they pay 50-60 lakhs, let's just charge a small amount and take a lot more as a monthly fees. But that didn't work out for us, and then we moved back to this. So I think that was one of the early failures. We also tried to do nursing at home, which didn't work out because we used to send nurses to people's house, and after 1 month they used to do a direct transaction with the nurses and we were cut out. So 2 of these ventures failed for us.
Yeah, you can't really have, because people have this habit, hey, direct tax na pay martine bide nanatra band kelsa made. People usually get on a friendly way of talking to people. So okay, now, so we've spoken enough about senior care. I want to know from you about you as well as a person. Okay, what do you do when you're not talking business?
Me, I love to drive. I love cars. I love a wonderful drive. So that's how I blow my steam off.
Okay, what car are you driving currently?
Well, in Bangalore, there's really no point in trying to buy a fancy car and drive around. So because there's traffic and the drive, so I look for something that's economical to run. But when I travel, I kind of rent or, I go on with some companies and then, we have a good time. My most memorable one was recently in Kittila, which is in Finland, about 150 miles north of Rovaniemi. It was minus 40 degrees outside, and Porsche had organized a drive with their 911s and the Caymans and all their sports cars, and we drove on a large frozen lake, and for 7 days we were driving in that temperature and that condition. So it was very memorable.
Did you not get scared that you were driving on thin ice or thick ice that could cave in any time? No, you didn't have that fear?
More than that, if you turn the steering a little bit, the tail used to come around. So just to keep the car in control was a challenge.
But I'm sure the experience was really awesome for you.
Oh, it was mind-blowing. The best experience driving.
Which is your most favorite destination you've ever traveled to so far?
Most favorite destination, I would say Maldives.
Maldives?
I love it. I love the beach. I love the hospitality. I love the people. It's amazing.
Really? for me and my wife, okay, we've traveled fair places, number of places in the 6 years we've been married, but we both unequivocally, okay, we love this place. It's Austria, okay, Salzburg and Vienna.
Vienna
Okay, we
and
just love the
Salzburg,
place.
yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah, so we love them.
Much better than Switzerland. Switzerland is so overrated.
Yeah. We did Switzerland in the same stretch as well during the same tour, Europe tour. But Vienna and Salzburg was awesome. Stephansplatz, you went to Stephansplatz, right?
Yeah.
At
I
Vienna.
don't remember that particularly, but I
Stephansplatz
have
is the
been to
biggest
Vienna, I have been to
station.
Salzburg.
Yeah, Stephansplatz and all of that. Yeah. Okay, great. Any which way. Okay, so that apart, I hear a little birdie tells me that you also have these other OCDs, other than being a germaphobe. Other OCDs. What are those other OCDs that you can share with us? I've done my research, Adarsh, you can't hold me for this because there's very little information available about you on internet. So I had to, dial my sources. I had to call people. I had to figure. You are a very secretly guarded person, but all those secrets are about to be exposed today, and the nation wants to know from you. What are those OCDs? Yeah, tell me about those OCDs right now.
The thing that annoys me the most is dashboards that rattle in cars. It's a really weird OCD I have. So if I'm sitting in a car and there's something rattling, if it could be a bottle in a cup or in the bottle holder, it could be coins that was just lying in the dashboard. It just gets me to my wit's end. So my driver is very, very careful about any rattle and anything that moves around in the car. That has to be my number one OCD. I have another OCD about how loud the air conditioning is. So if the air conditioning fan blower is very loud, it somehow annoys me. So I always try to search for the decibel level in every air conditioner before purchasing it. So it has to be quiet for some weird reason.
You are a very, very tough cookie. God forbid, if I were to have you as a client, for any meeting, and God forbid my fan had to, crack up a little bit or anything. I would be afraid if my deal was going to go away. That's how tough you would be. But yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's in your own private time, I'm sure you'll be mindful of it in public places. Of course, you can't really have a hold on those. And talk about OCDs and talk about car OCDs. I have a relative of mine, Osama Alim, joining us. He says, hi, RB. And he's one of those guys who would love to keep his dashboard clean. Crystal clear.
Awesome.
Everything has to be clean, yeah. And he can't
That's
do.
Awesome.
He would have sanitizers kept in the car. He would have everything. So he's joined us on the show. So I think you're attracting those kind of people. Okay. So yeah. So Tony says, ask me. He's the toughest cookie. You're the toughest cookie. Tony says.
Tony is such a darling. He did such a brilliant job when he did my brother's wedding. Hats off to him. Him and his team are just amazing.
Okay, great, fantastic. Tony, hearing such things from a client directly in the open in front of hundreds and thousands of people who would watch this now and later on as an asset as well is really awesome. So now we are opening it up for Q&A, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody says, stop your overacting. Well, Hitesh, I'm not overacting. I'm myself. Hope you are. Okay, I tell you what. Here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to slip into the Q&A right now. So we have people who are going to be asking questions right now. So if there are questions coming out right now from people, those can be posed at our guests. Right, so go ahead and ask those questions, guys. Open yourself up. Whether it is the audience who's tuning in just now to us and people. I think Pawan Singh, you had some question right at the beginning. It is time for you to bring out those questions right now and ask those questions because Q&A time is your time, and we've got 5 minutes because of the paucity of time. We're going to have 5 minutes. How is credibility important to you? Pawan Singh asked that question.
Pawan, great question, Pawan. Credibility is everything because in senior living, the only reference matters for selling. It doesn't matter how glossy your brochure is. It doesn't matter how attractive your building is. If the people inside are not happy, they don't feel loved, they don't feel taken care of, it means nothing. So credibility is everything for us.
Credibility is everything for him. Pawan Singh, you just heard it from the man. Anybody else who's got good questions, you've got to keep posing those questions, keep pasting them one after another onto the comment box, and I'll be sure to give you a shout out as well. Okay. Are you focused only on senior care right now, or anything else that you would also love to do other than senior care right now? Are you also venturing out into something else? This is my question to you, Adarsh. Apart from senior care, is there anything else that you do?
Apart from senior care, so I don't want to sound too much like giving yarn, but there are different stages of aging. There's active senior living, there's assisted living, there's nursing care. So basically these are different
projects or different solutions for people who get as of advanced age. You have things like dementia, Parkinson's. There are a lot of challenges with age, so each company has to be able to cater to that. So two things that we are going to be doing shortly. One is we want to get into the assisted living space, wherein we'll be taking care of people who are fully bedridden, dementia, Parkinson's, arthritis, host of neuro and ortho challenges. And the other thing which we are going to launch as well is care for people at home in terms of groceries, housekeeping, all of the things that we are doing in our community. We want to take it to the residents now in their own homes, because we feel that this is the time that they're really struggling and we have to cater to this.
Please ensure that the price tag is low and we are sure to subscribe to it. Okay, I know. Absolutely. For sure. We can't afford the 25,000 because that's in the community, of course. But if it can be made affordable, you've cracked it. Believe me, everybody can subscribe to this, because who would want to break their heads on domestic help nahi aaya aaj ghar pe, we didn't have the grocery guy delivering it on time, and we had to go get medical aid for ourselves. So yeah, very inspirational. People are saying brilliant with what you're saying, because I think you're already finding success with a lot of people giving thumbs up to this. Give a thumbs up if you've liked his new thought with what he's going to be launching. Yeah, people are giving applauses. Harsha P. Anand, what motivates you? That's the question. What motivates you?
I think the sense of satisfaction from serving our residents, the love that they give me, and absolutely they treat me like their son. That really motivates me, and it just makes me want to do a lot more.
Brilliant.
And I feel like responsible entrepreneurship makes me very motivated as well.
But tell me, there's also a certain kind of a stigma, certain kind of a notion attached when it comes to retirement home. People think about it as an old age home. People think about it as a place for the destitute. How do you deal with what do you have to say with that kind of a stigma attached to this?
Oh, it's the most important thing what you have asked, Riaz. Because the first thing when we tell people, they say Vridhashram, old age home. So these are the first thoughts that come to mind, because we have been conditioned to think like that. But we have, once they come and visit our community and see that the people there have every possible option out there. They can buy fancy apartments, they can buy villas, they can summon help, but they choose to live there. And they want convenience, and they want like-minded people. So that is what really makes it very different. And all of them love their parents, their children. They have great relationship with their children. And this is another misconception that we have found. Oh, they don't get along with their children. Where do their children live? Their children live in Bangalore only. They come back Saturday, Sunday, and rest of the time they're with us.
Brilliant. Okay, Darshan actually from Imaginations has this question for you. What would be an alternative career for Adarsh if not Primus Senior Care?
Alternate career? I would probably want to be a test driver for a racing car company.
Wow, test driver for a racing car company. Not a bad profession to have at all, yeah? Brilliant. What's the top speed you've clocked?
So I go to track. I don't believe in speeding on the public streets, and I think that's irresponsible. On the track, I have touched about 285.
285 kilometers per hour.
This was in Germany, not in India.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, okay, great. Tony wants to know: Are you going to take this to the entire country?
Inshallah, God willing.
God willing, yes, inshallah, why not? Of course, yes. So, yes, Samira wants to know, how do you manage stress, especially in times when it's tough managing?
Well, everybody goes through difficulties in their life. So for me, I told you, I love to pull the windows down, go for a quiet drive, listen to my music. That's how I de-stress. And then once I'm back, I'm fine again to go.
Okay, all right, great. And Pawan wants to know, how are you helping your poor communities apart from this COVID times?
Well, we are not doing in terms of poor communities, but like I said, we are helping residents, seniors all around, in South Bangalore with free deliveries. That's how we are doing our business.
No, apart from COVID times, not during COVID times. They're saying If not for COVID times, of course, you're doing a lot during COVID times.
So we run a senior living facility fully charitably as well, independent of this.
Okay. Okay, fantastic. So there you got the answer, Pawan. They also have their own charity going here. Do you provide counseling sessions for old and young alike when they have to make a choice between parents and their families? It's a very important question, huh? Because sometimes,
it's a good question, but that never comes to us, right? We have always seen that the decision making for the people in our communities are taken jointly by their parents and children. So both of them independently research about us. They ask a lot of questions to our team, and once both are convinced, only then the decision is made to move.
Okay, Halima Saida, hi, hello. What's your motivation behind your success? Asked Junaid. Okay, so his ashirwad that he gets from the elders is the biggest motivation. He said that before. If you missed out on that, Junaid, so not a problem. And well, here is something from me to you. Okay, you're doing fantastic. Yeah, a lot of people are behind you. Of course, people are loving you for what you're doing. It's just not your own community, people who are living over there in that community, but I'm sure a lot of people are also wanting to emulate your success. So I'm going to wish you great success. Okay, in the interest of time, I'm going to have to drop this interview here. I'm going to have you back again on a show, in a full-fledged show, probably talk more about this. But one thing that nobody can take away from you, okay, Adarsh, is your lovely smile. Your smile that is so genuine, okay? And I'm sure this is one of those extra reasons as well for people to like you, because I per se probably love to meet people who are positive, even in terms of adversity. And here you are, one of those guys smiling in adversity, helping a lot of elders at the most critical juncture of their lives. You know, whether they are customers or not for you, you're not making any differentiation. You're just going all out to help them out, not just your people in your community, but outside, a lot of elders outside as well. So God is definitely going to bless you in what you're going to be doing. And my partner in crime for this show, Fabulous at 4 from the Imagination Zinc, Tony Stephen, he also concurs with my thoughts, says God bless you in what you do, Adarsh. There's a lot of love coming from people. Take good care of yourself. If there's any parting message you have for your fans, for your audiences, for your friends and family watching you right now on this show, what would that be?
My only message is, please take care of your elders. If you have elders at home, if you have elders that live near you, do your bit. You may have a neighbor who's older than you. Please go help him out. Please go help her out. Believe me, the blessings you get and the way you feel will make you want to do it again and again. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to this country. That is my only request to you all. Please don't allow your elders around you to go out and fend for themselves at this time.
Okay, what a lovely message to end the show. Thank you guys for joining us here. Thank you to all my lovely audiences. Thank you, Adarsh, for joining us here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Fabulous at 4, a show that features trailblazers who leave an indelible mark on people's minds with their sheer dedication and passion to their craft. People who love what they're doing, people who want to give back to the community, give back to the society, give back to the country essentially. And today we had Adarsh Narahari, who is the Managing Director of Primus Senior Care from Primus Life Spaces. PrimusLife.in is their website. Check them out as well. They have a lot of information there for you as well. Thank you for joining my show today. To my fabulous guests, you my fabulous guests, make us who we are. You give us the impetus to bring on visitors, guests like Adarsh Narahari. So please keep giving your love to us and supporting us. God bless you guys. See you back again on the next show. And a big shout out going out to Imagination Zinc and Exhort Digital for having ably supported us. Take good care of yourself. Love you guys.
Thank you.